Welcome back to KP's Kingdom, cooking with KP. Today, one of my own special dishes, bush and beach. Yes, my new take or modern take on surf and turf. Except we're going bush and beach. Alright, let's get on with it. First thing I've got is a nice big handful of some Crystal Bay prawns, those beautiful South Australian prawns, and I'm running my knife down through the back of the prawn. That is going to expose the intestinal tract of the prawn. It's going to make it a little bit easier to get rid of. Alright, and it's also going to help butterfly the prawns so when they cook they'll fluff up and look really nice and funky. So continue with the rest of those prawns. What I will do then, I will rinse them under water, make sure I get rid of any of those nasties. Into a clean bowl, I've got some garlic paste. I'm using the equivalent to 3 cloves of garlic, and the garlic paste does tend to dissipate a little bit better than using crushed garlic. Right, now we're going to use around about 3/4 of a lemon. I've just gone out into the backyard there, plucked these off the tree. Alternatively, you could get them from your supermarket or greengrocer. I'm going to add that lemon juice in. Now, some beautiful extra virgin olive oil. I'm going to put a nice big glug of that in, mix all that garlic and beautiful lemon juice through. A good dash of pre-prepared ground black pepper, it is fine for this one. A big handful of dried oregano, and that will rehydrate in the marinade, so don't worry. You can use fresh oregano if you like. The dried works just as well in this instance. Alright, now I'm going to add a nice big pinch of salt straight in. The prawns will need it, believe me. That goes in. Once again, give it a bit of a stir. Add your prawns that are nice and clean now, and we want to make sure that we get that marinade coating all over every single inch or millimetre of those prawns. Alright, so you're going to mix those through, and I'm going to put those in the refrigerator for a minimum of half an hour. 2 hours is probably the best. So off they can go now, straight into the refrigerator. Now I'm going to make up my rub for my seasoning for my kangaroo fillet, and all I've got there is around about 2 teaspoons of freshly ground black pepper, yes, freshly ground, and a good pinch of sea salt flakes that I've ground up, and in goes a couple of good pinches of lemon myrtle, that amazing Australian bush spice. Give that a mix through, just use a skewer for that. We've brought our kangaroo fillets up to room temperature, and I mean that room temperature. Could even be a little bit on the warmer side. It's not going to hurt these at all. It's not going to go off that quickly. Give them a good liberal dose of that little spice mix that we just made. Don't be shy. That lemon myrtle flavour will shine through as well. So that good salt, pepper and lemon myrtle. Give those a good sprinkle. Make sure your barbecue's already on and getting nice and hot. And there's our barbecue, screaming hot, really nice and hot. And I'll put a little bit of vegetable oil on that, and we can start adding our kangaroo fillets. If you have any larger pieces, put those on first. Give them about 30 to 40 seconds to get a bit of heat into them. They will take a little bit longer to cook than the others, and the other ones can go straight on. These are the more regular size fillets. They can just go straight onto that beautiful screaming hot plate. Now all we're going to do is cook these for 2 minutes, no more, and then we're going to give them a turn. So let them just sizzle away. Make sure you move them around so they're not sticking to the hot plate, which can happen sometimes. After 2 minutes, give them a turn, just like I'm doing there, and you will have to adjust your larger fillet, if you have one, accordingly. Alright, so make sure we get the heat in the right spot. So as I said, 2 minutes per side, total of 4 minutes, not very long at all. It's quite a quick cooking recipe, this one. It's just that the preparation takes a bit of time. Add a little bit more of that seasoning onto the other side of those fillets, just like I'm doing right there. And believe me, that lemon myrtle gives the kangaroo a real traditional Aussie flavour. Now, kangaroos are really good high source of protein and iron. It's very lean, so we've got to be very careful in the way we treat it. So after 4 minutes, they're coming off. They're going into a oven tray. I'm going to cover those with foil, put them in a very, very lukewarm oven. I'm talking about 80 degrees Celsius. I've got a nice little bread roll here. I'm just going to toast those up a little bit. Be nice to serve this with the meal. Going to look like that. How good does that look? Fresh toasted bread rolls. All right, a little bit more vegetable oil onto our hot plate, just like that. And make sure we have this thing at maximum heat. We're going to get our prawns, and we're just going to put all of the prawns and that marinade straight in on top of that barbecue. Make sure you've got yourself a good spatula or turning device. Now, don't be scared if that thing catches fire like it has here. It's just adding more heat. It's searing those prawns really fast, which is exactly what we want. And they're going to curl up, they're going to butterfly up. Just keep stir frying those through on the hot plate. As I said, don't worry about that flame. It's absolutely wonderful flavour, believe me. That beautiful souvlaki prawn flavour, and the fire just tends to add a little bit of extra flavour as well as speed up the cooking process a little bit. Now, I've already got my salad leaves dressed. Use the salad dressing of your particular choice. Doesn't really matter what you use. I've just used something like a very simple vinaigrette. Just flavour those prawns up with a little bit more of that seasoning. The lemon myrtle does really shine through on those prawns, as well as the pepper. Give that a good season. Keep turning them around, and look, you're only going to cook those for about 4 minutes maximum, and then we can take them off the heat. Alright, they can cool off a little bit. They don't need to keep warm. If they keep warm, they'll keep cooking and they'll go really tough. Alright, so here I've got my salad greens. Put those down on a plate, and our meat has rested very well. We want to let that rest for at least 15 minutes, but as I said, just keep warm, and that meat will just suck up all those juices that comes out. And we're just going to slice that very nice and thin on the diagonal, like I've done there, and we're just going to simply put those straight onto a plate on top of our beautiful leaves. And then we're going to add our souvlaki prawns on top, and before you know it, you've got bush and beach. Magical dish. Alright, thank you so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. If you like this video, hit that like button. Gives me confidence. Should make you feel warm and fuzzy too. Don't forget to share this video with all your friends on all platforms of social media. We're trying to get the message out there that KP's Kingdom does exist. Don't forget to hit that notifications bell. You'll be notified every time a new video goes up, while I reposition the camera several times. But more importantly, if you want to learn how to cook unique recipes just like this, well then you need to come and join the family, my family. Hit that subscribe button and you'll never miss another one of my videos again. Alright, I'm off to eat my bush and beach, and I will catch you next time.